No, duplicate. I'm one of those. I got. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna have you hit the things. Okay. Close that.
One part of the job description that I was like,
Got it.
can't do that, is taking minutes
Hit
during
here.
meetings.
Hit collaborator duplicate.
I've since discovered
Click that and collaborators.
just goes back and
Over
rewatches
here.
all of the minutes to take the minutes. I'm like, that's dedication right
And then
there.
also
That
delete
is
that.
dedication.
Hit the trash can.
That's great.
Because not only do you have to
Alright.
sit in
I-
for the 2 hours of Senate meeting,
Now
you
we
have
don't need
to
to do
also
anything
then
else,
go
you're
back and watch and take notes on the 2 hours again.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, me too. That's crazy work.
So what's the news?
So. Okay, so.
I know.
I just wonder if John or John right now either.
I mean,
I don't blame him.
I deleted the one that
words they are talking about. I'm sure they understand the Dixon's a little bit late. Otherwise they'd be- I just like sit like this in the Senate meeting.
No, I think you should visibly twirl your tongue.
I do that, and I got.
Both of the lines look that. It's the same person. Me and family weekend speakers.
That's so crazy.
It's so gross. We can talk about this Are they okay? I'm Joy. So gross.
Hello everybody, welcome to the 93rd Student Government meeting for October 22nd, 2025. This meeting is being conducted in CSU 238. It is currently 4:10 p.m. and then I call this meeting in order. We'll begin with our land recognition statement first. Student government acknowledges that we live, work, and learn in the homeland of the Dakota people, whose language frames our institution's name, Minnesota State University, Mankato. We will now begin with our roll call. Senator Livingston, Senator Hyber, Senator Kabad, Senator Dietrich,
Here.
Senator Morris,
Present.
Senator Riaz,
Here.
Senator Wynn,
Here.
Senator Anderson, Senator Anderson, Senator Zelmer, Senator Cummings,
Present.
Senator Ide, Senator Hiluka, Senator Isaac, Senator Knauer, Senator Johnson,
Here.
Senator Atkinson, Senator Stokes,
Here.
Senator Hillstead,
Present.
Senator Schoen, Senator Liu, Senator Frost, Senator Wickersa, Speaker Thapa is here, Vice President Kafley,
Here.
and President Colleran.
Present.
Thank you very much. We now move forward with our consent agenda. Is there any amendments or dissents to the consent agenda? All those in favor of the consent agenda, please raise your placards. All those who disagree with the consent agenda? Seeing all the votes, the approval of consent agenda clearly passes. We now move forward with our presentation, and I'd like to invite the people presenting for VARP. VARP.
Great. Hello, everyone. Could you kindly remind me what my maximum time limit is?
So the maximum time limit for the presentation will be 10 minutes.
Okay,
And then
okay.
you'll be followed with a question answer round.
Excellent. All right. I just wanted to be respectful of that. Well,
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know me or haven't been introduced to me yet, my name is Dr. Denise Krisafi. I'm the director of our Violence Awareness and Response program here at the university. And Andrew was kind enough about a month ago now, I think, time's a construct, but it also feels a little bit like a void, was kind enough to invite me to provide an update to you all. And part of that is a responsibility because the previous student government group was nice enough on appeal last year to provide us with more budget for our prevention education. And since that time, I will tell you, we are moving on that in terms of progress, which I'll share today, but also to the advocacy pieces have picked up quite a bit in terms of our need and what we're providing to our community. So I will share with you all what we are doing in terms of advocacy to support our students, because to preface that, my caseload has increased from this time last year about threefold. To the point where we have 2 other staff members now who have received a confidential certification to receive students, and they will start receiving new cases because I can't take any more until some of them resolve. So I don't necessarily attribute that to more cases of sexual violence happening. I think there are just more people who are incensed to come forward at this moment in time and seek support services, which in the context of a terrible situation is not a bad thing. We can go ahead and advance the screen. Thank you so much. So this is our mission statement. I am the only office on campus that provides confidential, which is read non-reporting advocacy to anyone on, it could be a student, it could be a colleague who's impacted by any type of sexual violence or relationship abuse. I am also now the home of prevention education on topics related to bystander intervention, trauma-informed care, healthy relationships, and consent. So that is all stewarded out of my office. And I'm also proud to announce that our recognized student organization piece, or Peer Educators Acting for Change and Equality, is back up and running and has probably the healthiest participation we've seen in several years going on in that particular organization. If we could advance. So I want to talk about the advocacy pieces first. We can advance the screen. So back in March, I'll give you kind of the timeline for this. I got back from leave and I sat down with my supervisor, Liz Steinborn-Gorley, and I had realized as I started accepting an increase in students that we were not a self-sustaining center, in the respect that we had students coming to us that needed things in the moment that we were unable to provide. We did not have the budget for it. We did not have the space for it. We didn't really know what those needs were until we started receiving some of these cases. And I will tell you, I've been doing this work now in some form or fashion since 2002. And some of the cases that I'm working with right now are probably some of the most severe that I have dealt with across 4 states. And so when I was realizing what we needed and we didn't have it, we were having to outsource to local organizations like CADA. And I will tell you, if anyone's in a time of trauma or stress and you tell them to go somewhere else, the likelihood of them going is reduced significantly, right? Because that means they have to get there, and if they don't have a resource to get to another resource, they're not going to go. And then who wants to tell their story over and over again, right? So we developed this campaign. And I do have a short video. If we go to the next screen and press play, that will play for you. It had music, but I don't know where that went. Sorry, y'all. There it is. Thank you to whoever made that happen.
The mic, turn the mic off.
Okay, so this video, if we go to the next screen, was created for our crowdfunding campaign, which is stewarded through our University Advancement Office. So there is an accountability structure for this. This provides the timeline on our development. So I mentioned the need identification, which occurred in March 2025. And then we also reached out to Advancement and were approved for a crowdfunding campaign. Due to our capacity in the spring, we spent the majority of April and summer putting together the crowdfunding campaign and being very intentional in what we needed based upon the cases that we were receiving. This also gave us an opportunity to meet with CADA to cross-check what they were receiving in terms of need and outreach. And then also work with both Residential Life and our MNSU security to create processes for emergency rooms should they be needed for students who don't have a contract. And then also how to pay for parking permit changes or permits generally when there wasn't, I would say, initially a sustainable process to do that. It wasn't a very big ask. So we put those together and then we implemented in September 2025. So you can see what this goes towards. When we talk about emergency needs, I think we all kind of have an idea of what that is, but to be thorough, it's food, it's transportation, it's hygiene. For our students who have become pregnant or parenting, it's childcare and healthcare needs, emergency contraception, relocation, et cetera. And then in terms of our accountability, it's obviously ongoing. We pushed this as a crowdfunding campaign in September, but it continues as a forward-facing campaign. And we can't really edit the landing page for it. And that video that I showed you is on that landing page, but it can continue to accept money. And the primary audience for this are donors, our alums, our donors, our faculty, and our staff. We do not want to rely on students necessarily to provide this because you already have enough going on. We want to shake you down for $5 out of your personal budget, right? Unless you're able to give. But, and we also have a ledger of expenses. Okay, we can continue. Okay, and then just for those of you who may be unfamiliar with our services, this is how you get into contact with us. I wanted to have this cataloged in the video and in the online meeting today because students schedule an appointment, they get referred to us, we get call outs. I am obviously pocketed in the Women's Center, which is an advantage in some cases, but also can be a hindrance in others just because of the way that the center is populated. So sometimes I meet with students in other areas of campus for privacy if they don't want to come into the CSU or they don't want to come into a big center, right? There's also this respectfully, I'm tired of it, but it's just, this misperception that people can't walk in the space because it says Women's Center. I mean, you don't disintegrate when you walk through the doors, it's open to everyone. But I also want to be respectful of the fact that we may have individuals who identify in different ways who maybe don't want to come into that space. And I'm obviously mindful of that too. But this is Saron. She is my new GA. She just started this fall. So she is now a confidential advocate along with Liz Steinborn-Gorley, the director of our Women's Center. Okay, we can continue on. Okay, so this is our prevention education update. So this is where the majority of the approved budget is going towards. So I definitely want to make sure I take a little bit of time with this with you all today. So I made the case at the appeal back in March, I believe it was, that the reason that we were asking for an increased budget was so that we could bring a contracted bystander intervention program to our campus. After a meeting over the summer with individuals from two of our major host organizations, we decided to indeed go with Green Dot. So we are acquiring contract for that. To help reduce the cost a bit on the top end, we are going to do the facilitator training virtually only because it eliminates the cost of us having to bring facilitators to our campus physically for 2.5 days, which, as you can imagine, when you talk about getting them here, housing them for a few days, is there sort of that pressure to provide them with meals, those types of things. Plus, it's easier for our staff to engage in this as facilitators because there's flexibility. If they're working from home, if they're in a remote location, we can get more of them to sign up to do this. So in terms of this strategy, you can see what the goal of it here is. Essentially, with any good bystander intervention program, it teaches a couple of things. One, how to de-escalate harm that's happening in a moment. And even more so, and importantly, how do we create social norms in any type of community that value nonviolence, right? And that can be things people do, the actions, the things that they say, the lack of accountability that they want to take, putting responsibility onto other people for incivilities, those types of behaviors. This has been around at college campuses since 2010. I was at my previous institution. We were the first one to adopt the college strategy, so I worked with it for a number of years out at Texas A&M. I'm very familiar on how to make this program work. All right, next slide. And then this is our timeline. So we have contract scheduling a facilitator training. The facilitator training will happen in the spring. That's going to give us an initial campus training that we'll have at our Maverick Diversity Institute, which is, I need to check with Zeke Sorensen, but I believe is scheduled for April. And then summer, we will work on a branding strategy with our university marketing team and initiate the campus-wide implementation in time for orientations and welcome week and everything happening in the 26-27 year. And then it just continues from there. Okay, continue. And then that's obviously our updated information. Our Instagram page, our MavLife page, in case you wanted to keep track of everything that we're doing. Domestic Violence Awareness Month happened. It's still happening this October. But for those of you who haven't seen the really hard work of our students and the contributions down in the CSU gallery, I encourage you to take a visit down there for our Survivor Art installation, which includes more stories than not from our campus, art, poetry, and in observance of the month. So thank you very much. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
Do we have any questions? Yes.
What resources can student government provide you to help you succeed in this action plan?
For the bystander intervention or for the, I'm assuming you're talking about the emergency resources, right? Because we've talked about that before.
Yes.
Yes. So you and I have spoken before about the need of our students who are remote learners and distance learners. That particular set of students often tends, without me disclosing any case specifically, because of the confidentiality, there are trends. When we have remote and distance students, oftentimes they tend to be non-traditional in their age. Their dynamic of their relationship is usually more of an ongoing abusive cycle, which poses its own set of challenges, right? Not just accommodations with classes, right, and assignments, but also too, when we talk about them leaving safely, there's usually children involved. There's usually job issues with jobs involved. When we talk about relocation, we're not talking about a residence hall. We're talking about anybody who's done a lease with an apartment complex before. If you've had to break one, knows how challenging that can be. And then you have an application fee for a new place, you have a down payment, and then you have first month's rent. Plus some of the other services legally that are coming into this. So I think part of the challenges that I'm facing is how to get resources to those students. The other thing, which I think is a consideration, I'm not asking you to solve it, is that sometimes in abusive relationships, we have students who can't continue their courses, so they have to withdraw or drop. They're no longer considered a student if they're not enrolled. So we have a very difficult choice to make in a situation like that, because we're saying you're technically a student, but you're not. We can't get resources to you. Those resources would keep you enrolled in the long term, right? But if we don't get them to you, will you continue to enroll? So it creates this cycle of we can't get anything to them through a university process. I've already had a private donor, instead of going through the crowdfunding campaign, actually just outright get something for a student this happened to this semester, so that there wasn't a university hang up with it. But I can't rely on individuals in our community just to do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do we have any other questions? Vice President Catholic?
If there's an instance where students don't want to come to you or are comfortable coming and meeting you in person or meeting around campus, what do you do in those instances?
Well, they're not comfortable with meeting with me. You're asking me they want to go to someone else?
No, like they don't want to come and meet in like the office or on campus, not just with you personally, but like with with anybody.
I have a couple of different places on campus that I will use. I have an office over in Gender and Women's Studies, which has been offered to me by a faculty member who does not use that very often. And then I also have another office in the CSU that I can reserve and just use. It's for our staff. So it's kind of like it's more private. It's kind of like you go down a hallway, there's some natural light, but it's still up, it's not on the first floor. It's not it's not heavily frequented by anybody, by students or anything. So I often offer, I will also meet by Zoom and I encrypt those, and then I will also do phone calls. The only, I have met out in the community before. I'm very mindful about these in terms of boundaries, though. I will not meet anyone at their residence. I also will not meet anyone in a residential hall. That's intentional because if someone's a CA and they see me going into the room, I worry about that being a tipped off mandated report, right? But also too, I'm not, I mean, I just learned that Yik Yak still existed 2 weeks ago. I thought that went away decades ago. And I'm very aware of what those rumors look like that get spread. And I certainly don't need that in my life. So yeah, I don't want to go anywhere that's super public on campus. But I have met outside. We've met in faculty members' offices before. I've met in student health behind closed doors there before, counseling center, et cetera.
Thank you so much. Do we have any other questions? All right. Thank you so much for the
Thank you.
presentation. Please sit down. All right. We move forward with our open forum. Is there anyone here for open forum today? All right, no one. Then we move forward with our Dean of the Day. I'd like to invite Dr. Laura Yin, who is the Interim Associate Dean and a Professor for CSET.
Thank you for inviting me to be here. So I would like to give a quick update about the CSET. In this academic year, we have 4 new programs added to the curriculum catalog, which are the BS in Automotive Engineering and the BS in Manufacturing Engineering. So we suspend the technology program in this department, and we have the teaching out plan. So we make sure every student already enrolled in the automotive and the manufacturing engineering program will be graduate from MSU, and from this year we are going to start to recruit engineering students. So actually, so far in each program, we have nearly 20 students enrolled already. So very good start for the 2 programs. And we also have the robotic engineering BS program start to recruit students this fall. I heard that's 13 or 15 students enrolled in those programs. And we also have the Master in Artificial Intelligence program starting this fall. And we have 3 programs which are Artificial Intelligence BS program and Master in Robotic Engineering program, and a few online undergraduate degree program under the pipeline. So we hope next fall these 3 program will be start to recruit new students. For the college focus in academic year 24-25, one is we want to enhance our social media presence. So we want to use web accessibility, YouTube videos to share positive student experience in the college, which also part of our marketing strategy. And also we want to focus on student retention and the cost saving strategies in this year. And we also want to participate in the early alert campaigns. That's we start this semester as well. And we also want to have a better student engagement through advising, project mentoring, and also faculty student research collaborations. So I think that's all I want to say to you today. So any questions for us?
Do we have any question? Yes, Senator Atkinson.
I've talked to Dr. Wu quite a bit about individual access for the labs and improving lab access for CSET students. Would that also be accompanied in with undergraduate research?
Yes. So we talked about this in the CSET leadership meetings, and we are kind of try to figure out the access code for the students who will need to get into the lab. So you may talk with your department chair or the administrator of the department or your advisor, academic advisor for that. So we are collecting data about how many students and need to get into which lab and at which period of time.
Thank you.
Do we have any other questions for our Dean of the Day? All right, seeing none, thank you so much.
Okay,
Please
thank
give her
you.
a big round of applause. So now we begin with our officer report. First of all, President Colleran.
Okay, hello everyone. So just being aware of time, I'll try to make this a little quick and let's go right into it. So first off is Living Situations Survey. So we have two lovely senators who have been doing on-campus, off-campus surveying. Senator Livingston has been doing off-campus surveying for the past few weeks, and Senator Victor Shambo has been starting to do on-campus surveying. And also an email sent out earlier today to give links to the surveys and hopefully make them accessible for all students. So if you or any of your friends have not taken a off-campus survey, if you're an off-campus student, I encourage y'all to do it and spread the word, and vice versa for on-campus students. Next thing is Students United tuition freeze. So last Monday we had our second board meeting for Students United. We got to go over a lot of topics about how to advocate for people on a state and federal level. And one of the really big topics was advocacy conference. And I'm very happy to say that MSU Mankato has gotten all 12 of our allocated tickets for our advocacy conference in early November. So I really appreciate y'all going out there and talk to people to get like initiatives for the conference. I look forward to seeing at least 12 people from MSU Mankato for that. So that's amazing. And probably the second thing that I'm very happy about is that during our board meeting on Monday, I motioned for Students United to advocate for a tuition freeze. And and what I mean by that is for the universities of Minnesota to not increase their tuition and be fully funded by the state. So I've motioned for us to do fully funded tuition freeze, and that obviously will be happening for this academic year and next academic year as well. I'm working very heavily with Students United to make this work, especially knowing that my biggest priority with student government is making sure we have college affordability for our students. I strongly believe that pressuring the state and getting more state funding and support is the best way we could do that. So I'll be working with Students United to continue that pressure toward the state. I'll be working with the Legislative Affairs Committee from here on out to make that happen. I'm talking with Senator Johnson right now just to get a resolution for us to talk about officially on the Senate floor, starting next week or the week after. So yeah, so going a little bit more into administrative ends, we hired successfully 3 workplace students. So the first names are Alma, Lauren, and Tyler Hillica. So we have a lot of very active people in the office. And I highly, highly recommend stopping by the office and seeing like the office culture and just saying hi to them. And final thing, as promised during Senate agreements and as I announced last week, I have printed out name tags for every one of y'all for senators, and I hand out a handful to some of y'all already, but for people I've not handed out to yet, I'll be handing out after this officer report. So with that said, that's all the time I'll give y'all, and I'll yield to questions.
Comment. That's okay.
Yes, Senator Livingston.
So disregard the current all-student email that was sent out. There's some technical errors. We're trying to get that figured out. So look out for a new email with links that lead to the correct surveys. So yeah. And if you do need links for the off-campus survey, you can message me. I can give you the right one. So.
Thank you so much. Do we have any other questions for President Colleran? Yes, Senator Zelmer.
For your tuition freeze, have you reached out or have you thought about reaching out to the administrator of the higher ed finance committee in the Senate, for the state Senate, Minnesota State?
Yeah, so we're in the preliminary stages of it, it's just reached the tail for Students United, and that's the first step we're gonna do after that. So that's definitely on the priority list. That's not happened yet, but will happen really soon.
Any more questions for President Colleran? All right, seeing none, Vice President Cathey.
Hi everyone, I'll try to keep my officer report a little brief today. So let's dive into it. First, if you remember, probably a week or two ago, I talked about Armstrong Hall and student government and administrators working together for the bonding of Armstrong Hall. So just giving you a little update on that. We've had some work there, and I have some updates regarding that. The university is pushing for state capital. State capital bonding funds to replace Armstrong Hall due to major structural and system problems, which includes outdated HVAC, plumbing, and all of those different sorts of problem. These concerns were already discussed on Monday, and today after Senate meeting, me, President Colleran, and one of the members from the legislative committee will be going over and meeting people from, I think, state about that. And so that's on Armstrong Hall. Moving on, we have coffee and a conversation hosted by our academic affairs coordinator, Zuhei, on Tuesday, October 28th from 2 to 3 p.m., I believe, at Southwest corner of library. I encourage you all to attend. That's when the provost comes in. And if you guys have any questions regarding academic life, student life, more about retrenchment and portfolio updates, all of those sorts of questions can be asked there as well. For upcoming meeting, we have a pre-meet and confer tomorrow, I believe. Yes, tomorrow. And we also do have meeting with Vice President Morris. And if you have any topics that you'd like me or the president to bring out to them, please let me know. And finally, we also do have new vacancies open. We have 4 seats for College of Allied Health and Nursing, 1 seat for Res Life, 1 seat for College of Business, and 1 seat for Graduate Studies. I've seen a few new applications, and I'm really excited to hear out the applicants. And this week you've received 2 emails from me. Technically 1, which was sent yesterday about checking in on you. I just want to make sure everyone is doing okay. And now we are going through semester where it gets really rough on your academic side, exams, and then Senate is taking things forward too. So if you guys need help of any sort, please reach out to us, be it your Senator project, be it with your committee projects or anything, or just to have conversation. It gets overwhelming, so we are here for you. And the second email was sent out this morning. So last week I did announce saying either Thursday or Friday we'll be filming content, but then I didn't realize the Constitution Committee was meeting the same day. We had tabling on the same day. So, and I think we did have our own expanded cabinet. So everyone was busy. So we did not have a lot of people show up. So for this week, we decided to keep a time which works for everybody. So a week from now, next Wednesday, after the Senate meeting, your PR and marketing coordinator will be here. She will be shooting few videos, and it is going to be fun content. So it's going to be fun. That is to increase the student engagement. And so please be prepared for it. And I hope to see everybody contributing something there. So with that, I'm open to any questions.
Yes, Senator Cummings.
Is there a specific dress code you want for the marketing shoot or just normal attire?
If you want to go all out and wear formals, that's okay. But if you just want to wear something casual, that's okay too. It is just a few things to increase student engagement, let them know what you're doing, alongside having like really fun videos as well.
Any more questions to Vice President Cathey? All right, seeing none, we move forward with my officer report. There are a few things that I'd like to address first. First of all, last week, I had a one-on-one with our President Colleran, and during that, we decided that it would save our meetings time if we actually allocated proper time frame for all the presentation, open forum, even like officer reports and everything, just to make sure everybody's time is respected and saved. So these are the conclusions that we came up to. Presentation will be given 10 minutes every week for them to present, followed with a question and answer round. Open forum is divided with 5 minutes per person, followed by question and answers. Dean of the day is 10 minutes, followed by question and answer. Officer report is 5 minutes per person as well, and so is the senator report. All the senator report will be 5 minutes per person as well. There are also a few other changes that we brought up on. For example, for senator report, I believe that every single one of the senator has already provided their senator report at least once. All the senators who still have not provided senator report, please raise your placard. So 3. But I believe two of you are presenting today. Okay. So that sounds good. It looks like we have come to a full circle where we will start beginning assigning the senator report to all the senators who have already presented. So please look forward to that as well. And please make sure that starting from now on, we have collaborated with the PR and marketing team where they will be creating the slideshows or infographics for you guys to be able to look into and present from the following week so that we can make it more easier for all the senators to provide their report in timely manner. Second off, for the expanded cabinet, the meetings have been going really well. Everybody has been submitting the report as well. The report will be publicly available on Teams for any of the Senate to look through, to watch into, so that there is more transparency between everyone here and all the people who have been working. And lastly, before I end my officer report, I'd like to request everybody to keep on checking our Student Government's YouTube page. We've been posting a series called Unsung Hero. 3 episodes are out already. The episodes are being aired every Monday. And it's just about all the faculty staff members who we have here at our campus who are the best, basically. We get to hear their POVs, their life stories. We get to learn a lot. So I'd really request everybody to make sure to give it a watch. Also, make sure you follow our Instagram page, I guess. And that's all from me. Do I have any questions? Yes, Senator Dietrich.
If a senator has a recommendation for Unsung Hero, do they just email you or message you and give an explanation as to why the professor should be an unsung hero?
Sure, we can do that. So I'd request everybody to DM the Instagram page that we have so that we can communicate with the PR and marketing team and also the people who are in charge of the production video. And then we can maybe set up a meeting with them and then do it. Yes, Senator Luca.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit confused about limiting the rights of the speakers, so to speak. I believe that it should probably be coming to a motion through the Senate to establish these. I'm not necessarily opposed to them. I think in the form of timeliness, it's a good thing, but it should probably go through the Senate first.
Okay, sure, we can do that, but this was just an announcement that I provided formally to everyone discussing what the president and we had discussed. If all the people here feel or strongly feel like, oh, this should be something that should be brought up by the Senate, then the following week, one of you can raise a motion for it and we can vote on it. Yes, Senator Rai.
Thank you. Additionally to that question, are these hard set time deadlines? So essentially, like if we have a dean of the day and we're asking them many questions and we still have more people with questions and they are of quality questions, is it once we hit that 10-minute time, we're done?
So, okay, first of all, the time limit, the 10 minutes, is for the presentation part only. The question and answer is followed after the presentation part. These time limits are there to make sure the Senate meeting runs properly, smoothly, and on timely manner. It is not to restrain someone's ability to speak or someone's will to ask questions. This is to ensure that we all have a timely order where every step is being followed properly. So yeah, this 10 minutes is just for the person speaking to speak, give their point of view, or share everything that's needed. The question answer round is then followed with no more than, let's say, 5 minutes. But it's still not like a hard set on. If there's like quality questions being asked, if there is, given the Yes, Senator Zelmer, followed by Senator Hillstead.
Will these time applications be used during the budget meeting where we could be discussing a
No.
budget for, 30 minutes?
No, this is a time frame set for any other formal day, Wednesday meetings, except for budget meetings. Yes.
Would we be able to get this proposed on a resolution, so we can put like therefore and whereas, and so we can get a paper copy, so we can see these structures, and then bring that into new business, talk about that, and then go into old business, so we're just not putting a random motion on the table about approving these, because I guarantee you one of us is gonna forget one of the time constrictions, somewhere a week down the line, so would we be able to get this on a paper with a resolution?
If in case everybody is on board with every single step that you just mentioned, it can be addressed in the following week by creating a motion. I think, right, yes.
Motion to put this on a resolution.
Did I open the floor for any motion, Senator? Right now, I did not, right? This is a question and answer session where I'm answering a question for my officer report. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Senator Haliba.
Yeah, so already in Robert's Rules of Orders, there is the ability for a member of the assembly to motion to limit the rights of a speaker to talk, and that ability to limit a right of the speaker inherently falls within the voting members of the assembly in Robert's Rules of Order. Additionally to that, there's also, I believe, the motion to expand the rights of a speaker, so you can limit the rights of a speaker to a certain amount of time per the meeting. And I think you can also establish that precedence moving forward with something like a resolution. But I don't believe that within Robert's Rules of Order, the speaker or as a non-voting member, I don't believe that you would have the authority to establish that.
Point of information, can we confirm that, please? Within Robert's Rules of Order, because I don't remember anything within Robert's Rules of Order saying that. Yes.
All right, senators, this is going nowhere, first of all. Like I mentioned, next week, anybody can put up a motion when the floor is open for motion to bring this stuff forward, okay? Right now, I'm answering questions for any of the senators that have questioned with the announcements that I made. And I believe I made it very clear with all the questions. Yes, Senator Hyde.
Point of clarification, I believe that it is the direct, correct, if the direct in Robert's Rules of Order, it is motion to limit the speakers list or motion to limit the amount of speakers, and then you can choose an integration of like 5 or 10 in increments. We did it last year during budget meeting many times.
So yeah, it's a pretty simple matter. I feel like there is no need to create a whole resolution, put it in new business, put it in old business, and try to limit it. I feel like every Senate meeting before the approval of consent agenda, if someone just makes a motion to put this up, it's pretty simple and done. Are there any other questions to the speaker? Any other questions? All right, seeing none, we now move forward with our senator report. First of all, I'd like to invite Senator Hyber. Oh wait, Senator Hyber is not here. Is he? No. Okay. First of all, Senator Atkinson for his senator report.
Okay, Baldwin. Okay, let me pull up my senator report 1 second. So, hi, I'm Joey Atkinson, call sign KF0UIS. So you might be wondering, why am I doing a second senator report? Well, it's because the Sexual Violence Resource Expansion Project has actually made a lot of progress in the past couple of weeks, which I'm very proud of. Right now, so we have made some significant progress in laying the framework for a year-long project, and we've received our first donation to the Women's Center. So the main goal of this project is to provide survivors with as much freedom as possible, giving them clear and concise options while allowing them to choose their next steps. We are not acting as a leader. I want to clarify that. We are acting as a supporting role to the Women's Center, KIDA, and VARP. The Sexual Violence Resource Project has 2 main phases right now, which we hope to complete in the fall and spring semesters, respectively. Currently, we're in phase 1, which is organizing different senators and obtaining various resources for survivors, such as non-perishables, housing, transportation, hygiene, sexual wellness things, and transportation. We have obtained already a fairly large list of different places to reach out to, and we really need as many hands as possible on this project to support our students. Just keeping it kind of brief, I really encourage y'all to hop onto this project. You're gonna be doing a really good thing. I understand if you don't have time, but yeah. Any questions, comments, concerns? I open the floor to questions.
Do we have any questions for our senator? All right, seeing none, we move forward with Senator Isaac for his Senate report.
Thank you. Hi, my name's Simon. I think y'all know me. I'm going to divide real quick the thing in three. First, regarding my off-campus senator duties, I'm working currently on a post for us to show our faces and try to approach two students in campus for them to know who are the representatives. Also, I was thinking about stuff for the tenant association. I think I want to establish some timelines so we can understand how to act within every resident areas. Let's say having a resident association for the Summit and Jacob Heights, having a resident associations for whatever, and then making a big type of student union for the association. I think that could be something good, but it's something that we'll keep talking on the off-campus committee. With my senator projects, with the Map Bridge, which was the Map Central, Map Life integration, as it happened, and I'm still trying to make the meetings and find the resources and make the connections for this project to actually be useful. I'm also trying to find data on the improvement to see if this user experience actually needs or it's asking for this to happen. So I'll keep you updated in the next weeks. I also have a new idea for the DEI committee that we will probably discuss further on, and I'm meeting for that. And as personal updates, first I want you to know that I told you once that I was in the Model of United Nations organization. We officially changed our names. Now we are the Maverick Model of United Nations. We're currently going to prepare ourselves for more conferences and more cool things that are going to happen in campus. Please stay updated. And last Wednesday I was in the ULIT panel. I hope you could be there. If not, it's also related to what I want to do with VI. So yeah, that's all for my senator report.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions for our senator? Any questions for Senator Isaac? Oh, yes, Senator Ide.
Thank you for giving this speech. Does the Maverick Model United Nations team have any plans to host any events coming up soon by chance?
Well, that's a trick question because we're working this together, but yes, we do have plans for this. Stay updated with what we're gonna do with our social media, and if you can attend to our meetings, also stay updated. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have any other questions regarding when this meeting is happening? Okay. All right. We now move forward with our vacancies. I believe that we have 3 applicants today with us. I'll just start by beginning to announce all the vacancies that we have, and then I'd like to invite all the candidates for the particular vacancy. First of all, we have 4 seats opening for Senator College of Allied Health and Nursing. Is anyone here for the vacancy spot? Yes, you may please proceed to the podium. Hi, what can we address you with?
Hi, my name is Lilith Albart.
Albert. All right. So candidate Albert, I'll just begin by explaining the rules of how this will work before you begin your speech, okay? You'll be given 2-minute time for your opening statement. You'll be followed with a question and answer round where senators are open to ask you any questions. You'll be following that with a 2-minute of closing statement. And then we will begin with our discussion round. During the discussion round, you leave the room or you can stay in the room. But once we are done with the discussion, we'll proceed towards voting. And then you'll know about the results by the end of the day. All right, thank you. You may begin whenever you can.
So, hello, my name is Lilith Albart. I am a freshman this year at Minnesota State University. I'm going for pre-nursing, so I thought this would be a good spot to run for. I'm currently involved in the Residence Hall Association for Prescott I3. So that's kind of what I've been involved with. So that's kind of what I've been up to mainly. I've been trying to get involved just in general with things. I wanted to join student government because I wanted to be more proactive in the community. I really enjoyed what I've seen so far through the Residence Hall Association, and I kind of thought this would be a nice second spot to go to continue pursuing that. Some initiatives that I saw that I thought would be kind of interesting to join or look into as I come here as a newbie would be, I noticed when I was looking through like the projects, there was one on getting ASL put into the language group or goal. So I thought that was one where I'd be really interested in helping out with. I was also interested in educating students on the North Star Promise. And the project in promoting multiculturalism on campus. I feel like that's one that I'd like to participate in and have some good experience to do so.
All right, thank you. Do we have any questions for our candidate? Yes, Senator Atkinson, followed by Vice President Kafley.
So first of all, thank you for coming to the Senate today. I really like how you already have Senate ideas on like projects that you want to join. That's a really, really good sign, a really strong sign. Specifically for the multiculturalism project, do you have any ideas on how you would want to help expand that?
Well, I noticed in the project listing it said organizing more events that would get students engaged on campus. I'm going to be completely honest, I'm very new here, so I don't know exactly how much I'm able to do just starting off. So I was kind of hoping to collaborate with other senators who are kind of heading that project to assist them in any way that they need before building off and doing like my own things, but that'd be the majority of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vice President Kafley.
Hi. So you said you're a pre-nursing student and somebody who's crossed that pre-nursing path. I know how busy it can be with applying to nursing school, this and that. How do you plan on managing Senate and your student government responsibilities along with your nursing responsibilities, because it's a lot?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I myself in high school was a very busy person. I was involved in 5 extracurriculars. I had 3 jobs. I was busy. And so I felt like I gained a lot of skills in time management during that time to help me organize and structure things.
All right, thank you. Senator Stokes.
Hi, thank you again for this. As a candidate for allied health and nursing, how do you plan on directly contributing to such factors as that as a pre-nursing major? You mentioned the ASL as categorization, but are there any other ideas that you have seen so far in this institution that you believe could be brought to light?
Well, as far as I understand, there's a little bit of a lack of representation due to there being no senators. So I'd like to first start by just connecting with the allied health and nursing group, and by going off of what they need, then I'll go and build off of it.
Senator, who did it first? Senator Anderson, followed by Senator Heluka.
Well, I'd like to thank you for coming in today for this vacancy spot and just speaking to us. I know you just mentioned the ASL project that we have up on our Senator Project Board. What were you thinking about when you first saw that project listed and how you could contribute to it?
Well, coming from somebody who's going into nursing, I think being able to speak with people is super important. Communication is a baseline. But specifically when you're going into nursing, there are people who are differently abled, and ASL is important to being able to speak with those people. So I felt like that fell into the nursing kind of thing.
Senator Heluka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question for you is about getting people who are non-Senate affiliated to actually start working on senator projects alongside student government members. Do you have any way that you might try to rope in other people that aren't related to student government to try and assist with those projects?
Yeah, I think one really helpful part about that is being in the RHA. I know some people who might not be a part of student government yet, but are already kind of active and are connected really personally with the residents and students. So having that connection, I would hope that maybe then I could get some of the people from RHA to also contribute and engage with us.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions for the candidate? All right, seeing none, you have 2 minutes for your closing statement.
I understand that as a new voice, I might not have given very many solid answers of like, this is what I want to do and this is how I'm going to do it. And I hope that the new aspect of my experience to this might not be entirely a downfall, as I hope to learn here. I think coming in with super hard set ideas wasn't going to be the greatest plan, because I wanted to get to understand the students that we represent and how we do that before I came in and just had plans. But other than that, I appreciate that you guys were taking the time to hear me out, and I hope to look forward to working with you guys in the future.
Thank you so much. We will now begin with our discussion. So you can feel free to stay in the room or leave the room and then come back after we're done with the discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you. So senators, are there any points of discussion? Yes, Senator Atkinson, followed by any other points of discussion? Senator Hiluka, followed by Senator Anderson, followed by Senator Ide, and followed by Senator Livingston.
Motion to end speakers or end speakers list, or not yet?
Let's begin with the discussion first.
I really like this candidate. She seems like she has a lot to offer to the Senate, and also she represents she seems like she is very already wants to get involved on campus and already is getting involved on campus. Yeah, she just seems really nice, and so I'm gonna be pushing a yes vote.
Thank you very much, Senator Hiluka.
Yes, I think that I can speak on behalf of a lot of senators who are tied up in their projects right now. Getting getting people who aren't related to student government to help out and, you know, get their voices to the projects that directly affect them. It's probably going to be a pretty big priority of a lot of people, and having somebody who's more connected with the Residence Hall Association might provide us senators with another avenue to contact people to help us out. And I would like to push a yes vote for that reason.
Thank you very much, Senator Hiluka. Senator Anderson.
As she did say, she is kind of brand new to this, and she did answer those questions that we had asked her with a lot of grace. And I would like to push a yes vote as well.
Thank you very much, Senator Anderson. Senator Zellmer.
I would like to push a yes vote. I enjoyed the honesty of, being a person who also came in as a freshman senator, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what projects to work on. And I like the honesty of saying, I'm new to this and I'm gonna need other people's help and I'm gonna ask you for this help. So I have a motion for a yes vote.
Thank you so much. Senator Livingston.
Motion to call the question.
Any seconds?
Second.
Any dissent? All right. All those in favor of putting all those in favor of calling this in question, please raise your placard. All those not in favor. All right. Since this is a closed ballot voting, please write your vote as yes or no in a piece of paper. On the left-hand side, John will be taking them, and on the right-hand side, I will.
I love your motion.
I know, right?
Yes, I write 15.
We are on the clock. We gotta go. Oh my goodness.
I appreciate you.
I thought we were.
Thank you.
I don't think so. I'm kidding.
Present a gift.
That needs to be published. To be published on the website. Is this vote? Yes.
You never get some stuff. So I can tell you. I took a thing from your, I'm assuming that was okay.
The shepherd's here for the committee meeting.
I just gave someone a password today, so.
You can't keep it alone. Stupid.
Oh, no.
Keep your own laptop, buddy.
It's the Anybody else want cake? It's yours for the cake.
I know, I can this is actually.
I told him I support him 100%. I mean, he apologized for snapping at me, but.
What's up, Brian?
So, but he apologized. I support him big. You can claim it. Wait, we can't say those things.
And this client?
Yeah.
Some retirement park.
You just in this political climate.
Oh.
Right there. Yes, dear. That is.
Not that old.
I know I'm not.
There's cake over there.
I gotta pick my battles.
I got some right in my behind too.
Yes, I hear.
So do we do this with fingers?
Excuse me, sorry.
Anybody else want cake while I'm here?
Yeah, it's here. That's big.
Is that a yes, man? Okay.
Megan and I.
I will reach out to her. I know, that'll be a fun one to think about.
I look forward to hearing about
John.
Yes, we get you.
Did I get one from
I do.
anyone over here?
Cake war.
We're good, David. We're good, John. We're good.
Alright. We're back in order, everybody. So, with the means of closed ballot voting, we have successfully elected you as our new College of Allied Health and Nursing Senator. So now, before we begin, I'd like to request you to take oath of office with me. So just raise your right hand and repeat after me, okay? I'm really sorry. Old laptop. I state your name.
I, Lilith Albart,
Will represent and serve
will represent and serve,
the students of Minnesota State University, Mankato.
will represent the students of the United States,
The students of
the students of
Minnesota State University, Mankato.
Minnesota State University, Mankato,
In student life
in student life
and academic needs,
and academic needs,
and will uphold the mission,
and will uphold the mission,
Constitution,
Constitution,
and bylaws
and bylaws
of the student government.
of the student government.
I so affirm.
So affirm.
Yes. Thank you. Please join us at any of the seats over here. Thank you. We now have 3 vacant seats for Senator, College of Allied Health and Nursing. Is there anyone else here for College of Allied Health and Nursing? All right, seeing none, we move with Senator Residential Life. Is there anyone here for Senator Residential Life? Please, you may move towards the podium. Hello, everyone. My name is Fad Win. I'd like to thank you, everybody, for at least letting me the chance to come here and to speak with everybody. I'm here because I want to be able to lend my strength to the team and to the community and to make a difference. I mean, I see that there's already a lot of things that people are trying to do that can really help out each other. The sexual assault thing, that's a great one that I want to be involved with, as well as the one for trying to get student funding for the tuition. I would love to be a part of that. I think as young people, we should be able to we want to step up in order to make our community better, because one day we're gonna have to be in charge and we're gonna have to, I guess, you know, take care of the planet, take care of our community. And yeah, so that's why I'm here. I want to be able to work with you guys and just to dedicate my time to make this place a little bit better.
Thank you so much, candidate. You'll be followed up with a question answer round where senators will ask you a question. Yes, Senator Ide.
I thought you do like a, I apologize for that. Alright, thank you for coming here and using your time. And I'd just like to ask, as a Res Life senator, how would you best help out your constituents, which would be students that live in the dorms?
I mean, like as because I live on campus, I'm able to talk to a lot of people that living within the dorms, and I can actually reach out to them and try to get them to participate in the student government. I just like a lot of people don't even know what the student government is or what they do, and I would like to go up to them and kind of at least give them some new information, or at least try to maybe see if they have any ideas or things they can contribute to us. Yeah, even within my own floors, I can already kind of do that. I can kind of already work with the CAs and stuff like that, and try to kind of just get the word out, and at least try to see what their needs are, and then I can kind of relay it back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, candidate. Vice President Kathleen.
Hi, I have a two-part question. So my first question is, what residential hall do you currently live in?
Living in Crawford right now.
So since you live in Crawford, how do you plan on not just engaging people from Crawford, but people from Prescott, McElroy, Julia Shares, and also Stadium Heights?
Yeah, that's actually that's gonna be a little bit difficult, but I mean, it's just gonna take me to kind of reach out to them first. I can try to work with other Res Life senators. I can also try to come there in person, but it's gonna be a work in progress, and I mean, at least I'll try to do as much as I can.
Are there any other questions? Any other questions for the candidate? All right. Seeing none, you are given 2 minutes for your closing statement.
You know, I am also kind of new at this, and sorry, I mean, like, I feel like a little nervous when I come here to talk, but I'm always up here to learn new things, and I'm here to develop myself as well as the community, and I hope you guys give me a chance.
Thank you so much. Yes, Senator Ide. Okay. All right, we now move forward with discussion. Are there any points of discussion? Yes, Senator Ide.
I met this senator outside of the student government office about a week or two ago, and he was just very interested in what student government was, and it went from a 5-minute conversation to a 30-minute conversation, and in just those 30 minutes, I could tell how passionate this student was and just how much he wanted to get involved in the student sphere. So I would definitely encourage a yes vote. I think that this will be a great senator, and the passion is there, and passion is needed.
All right, thank you. Senator Atkinson, followed by Senator Zelmer, followed by Senator Livingston.
So I really like this candidate. I think he's got a lot going on. I think he's, doing a good thing. Also, I would like to call a question. Second.
Any seconds? Any dissent? One dissent. So we move all those in favor of, so we continue to discuss.
We discuss the.
Yes, Senator.
Yeah, so since there is dissent, then we can move into whether or not the motion should be called on first. So it's discussion on whether or not we should hear it, and then it would be you moving into that, yeah.
Yes, Senator Livingston.
Can I speak on the motion?
Yeah.
As for time's sake, I think I don't see any reason for opposition, so I would just encourage to move on with this.
Yes, Senator Zelmer. Okay. Any other points of discussion? Whether we should put this in motion, whether we should vote this? Yes, President Corin.
I motion and discussion and just start voting on it.
Are there any seconds? Are there any dissents? Seeing no dissents, we just move forward with the voting. All those in favor of calling it in question, please raise your placard. All those who disagree. All right, since it's a closed ballot voting, please write your voting in a piece of paper. I'll be collecting it from the right-hand side while John will collect it from the left-hand side.
I have one more thing to say, and I didn't put my placards up.
Can I get artwork again?
Yes, you did.
Selected Torchian.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you. Don't ask.
Don't ask.
This is general welfare, secure the blessings of liberty, prosperity. Do it during No.
They're gonna ask something to sexual.
It's a good idea. This here.
Yeah, so there's like the instruction. Like
Here we can make this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta go. Hold on.
What is that? What is that? No coordinator. What is the ninth amendment? Is that one?
Yeah.
So I got it.
Historical center. Nice, what do you mean?
Lower the suggestion. Shut up.
One of my jobs, I work with somebody called
So.
Yeah. I don't know much about you.
Thank you, everybody. We are back in order. Candidate Fat, if you could please proceed to the podium. All right, after the counting of votes, after the closed ballot session, we have successfully appointed you as our new senator for Reslai. I just request you to take the oath of office with me. Just raise one of your hands and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Fad Win,
Will represent and serve
will represent and serve
the students of Minnesota State University, Mankato,
the student of University of Minnesota, Mankato,
the students of
the student of
Minnesota State University, Mankato,
University State,
Minnesota State
State
University,
University, Mankato,
Mankato, in student life
and student life
and academic need,
and academic needs,
and will uphold the mission,
and will uphold the mission,
Constitution,
Constitution,
and bylaws
and bylaws
of the student government.
of the student government.
I so affirm.
I so affirm.
Thank you so much. You may please. All right. Now I will just announce two other vacancies that we have left: Senator College of Business, 1 seat, and Senator Graduate Studies, Senator, 1 seat. Are there any other applicants? I believe not. Are there any other applicants for Senator College of Business or Senator Graduate Studies, Senator? All right, seeing none. We're done. Okay, seeing none, we move with our announcements. Are there any announcements? John? Yes.
Good afternoon, y'all. Thank you for your hard work again. Good conversations. Good to hear the senator reports as well. Just to give you a couple of updates, this week we had our off-campus housing summit with property managers. We had about 27 people in attendance there. Property managers, university officials, some good conversation happened. We were attempting to maintain some positive relationships and give some university updates. So those folks were given some enrollment updates. We had a conversation about that, about the issues that students are coming to the student attorney and to my office with. We talked about tenant associations, potential development. It was a great conversation with those folks. So I'm happy to fill people in further on the details, not take too much time here on the floor, but that was a great event. Not this coming week, but the following week. So starting November 3rd is when I will be doing the series of Renting 101 information sessions. I will be doing at least one every day that week, in addition to having the housing fair on November 4th, when the property managers will be here showcasing what they have available. So that would be a good opportunity to stop by and visit with them if you have questions. Also, if you are looking for next year or know somebody who's looking for next year, great opportunity to come to that housing fair. So there should be posters all over campus about that. I've also strategically timed those Renting 101 information sessions to coincide with the most popular times for first-year seminar classes, because that is a primary audience or a big audience of those sessions. So please feel free, if you want to come and just see what I have to say about off-campus housing and what I'm informing people about. It's a great thing, a great opportunity to do that. I have some of the property managers are going to come to a couple of those sessions to see what we're talking about. So that's something that is available to you as well. If you want to see the full schedule of those, you can see the bulletin board outside of our office, or if you go onto Mav Life in the CSU and student activities page, that's where all of them are listed. And there's at least one every day that week being hosted in either Ostrander, or for one of them I had to go to Armstrong Hall. Coming up in the student activities world next week, we have the CSU Haunted Takeover on Wednesday and all of that. That's the biggest event coming down the pipe. There's also going to be a movie night hosted by the non-traditional student resources area, targeted towards students with parents, or excuse me, students who are parents. Not students with parents, but students who are parents. They're showing the movie Hotel Transylvania next Thursday night in Ostrander, and because it's targeted towards kids, it's early in the evening. It's either 6 or 6:30, and so that's something that we're doing to reach out to those students who oftentimes don't have very targeted program towards them. So we know, we've heard loud and clear that we want to target, or we want to make student programming available to students, all students, and that's an effort to reach out to that student population. I want to thank folks who attended ULEAD last week. That event was very well attended. Simon mentioned the panel. That event had over 70 students in attendance, as did the keynote event. And so we had several events throughout the course of the week that also had good attendance. So thank you for your attendance at that event, and thank you to Senator Livingston for serving as the moderator of the keynote event that went very, very well, and we've gotten great feedback on. So thank you for that. We are getting, I know we're only in week 9 of the first semester, but we are getting ready to hit budget and election season, where we start looking at our timeline. I want to thank Senators Reyes and Johnson, who have been appointed to the Election Commission. I still need ideally 3 more people, at no fewer than 1 more person to be appointed to that committee. In order to stay on target for our timeline, we need to have the election rules approved, the election timeline approved, and all of that presented not next week, but the following week, if we are to stay on our target timeline. So that being said, Senators Johnson and Reyes, you're going to hear from me. We're going to have to get together, and whether or not we have another appointee, we're going to have to start moving forward on developing that stuff and getting it ready to present 2 weeks from today for the Senate. So if you know, or if you are interested in serving or know people who would be good election commissioners, please have them contact President Colleran or the cabinet for that interest. It's very important that we not hold things up and that we continue to move forward in planning for the election. I mentioned budget and election season. We will be also working with cabinet. I'm going to mention, we're going to discuss it tomorrow during cabinet, but finalizing that budget and election timeline to present to you, and so we can send it out to departments as well. We've received some feedback on that, and so that will be coming down the pipe. That's all I have for you today. I can take any questions that you might have.
Any questions for John? Vice President Cassidy.
For Renting 101, would you be available next week after Senate so we can click content for Renting 101?
So you can what?
Click content and let students know about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep, sure.
Any more questions for John? Yes, Senator.
Senator Al.
Sorry. So you mentioned meeting people for the election stuff. What does that include?
Sure. Great. And so several of you are new and may not have heard me talk about the Election Commission. So the Election Commission is up to 5 students who will determine the rules and also interpret the rules and enforce the rules surrounding the spring general election and the referendum that happens. In order to serve on the Election Commission, somebody must be not running in the election for a senator seat for next year, okay? And they must agree to not publicly endorse or support any candidate who is running for election. And so they can be senators or non-senators. And it's always good to have at least 1 or 2 non-senators on there. But those are the basic requirements. Leading up to, for this semester and the early part of next, we will likely meet every 2 to 3 weeks. In the month leading up to the election, we will probably meet weekly.
Thank you.
Any other questions for John? All right, thank you so much, John.
Thank you
for your wonderful announcement. Any other announcements? Yes, Brian.
Hey everyone, this Saturday from 11 o'clock to 5 p.m. there's going to be a large event downtown in Mankato on Riverfront Drive. It's Old Town, if you're familiar with that term. Riverfront Drive is it's going to start at Veterans Memorial Bridge and go all the way along Riverfront Drive to kind of where the Pizza Hut is. The event is going to be Dias de los Muertos, which is the Day of the Dead. And it's a real very large event that's going to be showcasing some of the Mexican heritage of Day of the Dead. So everybody's invited. It is a real large event. They have great food, music, dancing. They even have wrestling there. So great cultural event. It's going to be a beautiful day. I encourage everybody to come and enjoy that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions for Brian? Yes. Oh, no questions? All right, thank you so much. Are there any other announcements? Yes, Senator Hyde.
Just a quick announcement for the new senators. Make sure that you have Teams downloaded to your computer. I know that when I first joined, I kind of missed that. So make sure to have Teams downloaded. It's our main communication network for everything Senate related, and it's how a lot of senators communicate to each other. That's all.
Thank you. Yes, Senator Isaac.
Yes, just a keynote on the Maverick Model of United Nations. This is going to be really quick. If you're interested in public speaking, in speech delivering, and in good networking, we are opening our delegation to everyone. You're welcome to start in this journey. This year we have 2 main objectives. The first one is to compete and go to conferences. We are the very first Model of United Nations in this university, so that's something really important, but also to host not only private but like semi-private Maverick conference or simulation of conference for Model of United Nations. And that's gonna be really, really fun. So just approach either me, Senator Ide, or Senator Cavetta, and you would be informed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we begin with our roll call, I have something to announce as well for the following week. I have something to announce and then I'll give you the floor. For the following week, the senators presenting with their senator report are Senator Zelmer, followed by Senator Frost, followed by Senator Hiluka, and followed by Senator Livingston. So, thank you. Yes, Senator Livingston.
Yeah, let's say we have a total of 110 responses on the off-campus housing survey, so it's going very well. And we'll be drawing next Monday for gift cards.
All right, thank you. Any other more announcements? Yes, Vice President Guthrie.
We will also send out a corrected email tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. So we will send out a new link today, and we'll send that probably early in the morning tomorrow. So if you guys get it, and then please fill it out. Please let all the people that you're around fill it out, because I think that's also a project for a lot of off-campus senators is trying to connect with different people. So that will help them, and even for on-campus senators. So please check that.
All right, we will now begin with a roll call.
Real quick, if I can also, real quick on the Teams thing, I just added Senators Albert and Nguyen to the team and the Senate channel. If there's anybody else around the table who does not believe they're in those, let me know and we can get you added.
All right, we'll begin with our roll call. Senator Livingston, Senator Hyber, Senator Kabad, Senator Dittrich, Senator Morris, Senator Morris,
Here.
Senator Reyes, Senator Nguyen, Senator Anderson, Senator Zelmer, Senator Cummings,
Present.
Senator Ide,
Present.
Senator Hiluka,
Here.
Senator Isaac, Senator Knauer, Senator Johnson, Senator Atkinson,
Here.
Senator Stokes, Senator Hillstead,
That.
Senator Shawn,
Here.
Senator Liu, Senator Frost, Senator Wickersham, our newly elected Senator, Senator Albart.
Here.
How do you say it?
Albart.
Albart?
Ow, I could stub my toe.
Ow.
Albart. Okay. Senator Albart is present. And lastly, Senator, is it Nguyen? Okay. Senator. All right. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. It is currently 5:35 p.m. and then I call this meeting adjourned.
You know what, buddy? Now you got that old. Now I gotta sign with the second one. Okay, I got a lot to talk about. I always have to talk about.
It's fine. I think that's okay.
Oh, no. I did.
Oh, no.
But then I was like, oh, I don't know how busy and stuff gonna get. And then eventually when I saw this seat was still open, I was like, you know what? Why not? Maybe. Wait, what call you? No, I'm
Never mind.
Disregard that. Also, wait, I have seen you then. Yeah, I was promoting.
Also, just so you can be mentally prepared.
Having no incident this week.
I can get us into Austria.
Good luck with the state senate. I'm stuck in the mud.
Hi. Get on an elevator.
Can this this is gonna be 5 minutes, we document it for you.
That's in the Constitution.
Where is, oh, there's that sitting Senate member. Hey folks, if you want cake, please help make that magic cake magically disappear.
The Constitution says that they have to be a member of the constituency, not a senator. I know.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so basically,
Wait, I need to go shake hands with the newbie. Wait, where'd the newbie go?
Oh.
After 5 p.m.
Get some sleep.
I'm gonna try to get over to
If that's fine. Okay, how about that?
To kind of go through some ideas and guidelines for what
We have 3 days.
Did you see that was literally your work.
I think I saw, oh, yeah.
I work like an office.
Sister, they're good. They're good. Sister Sydney, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
I need to go home to dinner. And then you can.
What day?
Yeah. Please take your money. Can't be a part of this.
I just wanted to know how things are going. Catch up,
Hey folks, again, please take the cake. Anything that's left is gonna get pitched.
That's all, I just wanted to know, we're gonna have
Exactly, and with that is, and then it also gets. Where's Andrew? Like, if you wanted to, are they, okay, let me grab my stuff.
I'm not like saying you have to.
So listen, as a graduate, you know, you're
Very.
No, I'm not.
You said something about starting on this.
Get ready.
That's over.
Let me know.
Guys, I'm gonna I think the speaker might have assigned a senator report.
I'm busy.
I'm back.
Yeah, Simon said, I'm gonna do it. There was that in-person meeting.
I'm gonna bring that up, I'm gonna say, actually, according to my contract, I think that's in my law. No, he's in on it too.
And then. So I had him recorded me and I'll call him
There's someone right behind me. All girls all the time.
I'm on now, but I have access to like that email. I can look